Hi, how are you today? It started to get a little bit colder in Texas, so I pulled out one of my favorite scarves that I made last year, actually 2 years ago. It was a knit along, and so I don't know if the pattern is still available, but I love all the different stuff that I made with it, so I just love it. So I was thinking and listening to some of my favorite podcasts the other day, and all over the internet, they are talking about AI. If you haven't heard of it, you probably haven't been on the internet for the past year. Um, there's so many different AIs now that we can use, like ChatGPT, Grok, um, Copilot, and I think there's a few more. I can't keep track of it all. Not really into the AI thing, except maybe if I want to ask a question occasionally. Um, but the big concern is AI going to take over? Like, take over? No way, not in knitting, right? We'd do that with our hands. So I thought it would be fun to find out what AI's capabilities really are. So this time I went on Grok and I figured if it can make a good image of a knitter knitting in all those knitting tools, then maybe it understands knitting enough to take over. Um, but here's what I found. So I did some simple prompts, kept it vague so I could see AI doing its thing. And first, I did AI trying, actually, yeah, AI trying to knit. And this is what I got up. So yeah, little robot guy thingy, two sticks that really aren't knitting needles with a check mark, and a lot of exclamation points and X's, and yeah, that doesn't make sense. So I don't think AI can knit at all. The next one I put in was a lady knitting from a basket of yarn. Let me find these. Yes. And this is one of the images I got. And you see, okay, she's kind of knitting, but if you follow this piece of yarn, it goes onto the floor. And then there's just a ball of yarn on the floor, not attached to her knitting at all. That's kind of silly. Let's see. And then this one, I actually got her sitting on the floor with a basket of brightly colored, very nicely rolled balls of yarn. I don't think that ever exists in real life. And she's knitting with one needle. I don't know how that's even possible, but she is. Interesting. Then I just wanted to see if it could make a skein of yarn, so I asked it to do a pile of hand spun yarn. And you know what? AI is kind of funny when it folds yarn. This is what I got first, and I am not exactly sure how it folded that at all. That little bump right there, it's kind of silly. And then this other one I got, first I was like, okay, I could see this, and then I was like, wait a second, that's folded totally wrong. And then those colors are not possible. And for both of these, that's not hand spun yarn at all. It's commercial made. And lastly, I was like, okay, can it show me an up close work in progress? A shawl being knit. And so I did it actually twice, two different separate prompts, and it actually came up with something fairly similar both times. And if you look at this first one, yeah, the hands are like two separate hands, and actually they look like they're two ages. And then the yarn is totally messed up. They've got a wrong loop, and yeah, not right. And the same with this one. Hands totally in the different spots. And then what I like is that there's 3 stitches on this needle, but then the stitches disappear. And I'm like, huh, well, that's interesting knitting. Not sure what she's doing. And if you notice, both of these are not actually shawls, so I don't even know if the AI knows what a shawl is. So, did a little bit of research, and there's a few things that AI fails to do, and I don't think we'll ever be able to do. And the first one is tactile feedback. You got to be able to feel the yarn, and that's what we do as knitters, right? We feel the yarn and we use it, and we can knit sometimes with our eyes closed because we can just feel it, right? AI can't do that. Creative interpretation. Um, yeah, it struggles with choices. So doing the right color choice, it can give you the right thing and stuff like that, but it can't do all those different nuanced color choices. And then error correction. We fix errors in our knitting that we're doing by hand just intuitively, but AI is not going to be able to do that. And then complex pattern comprehension. And so I read this and I was like, okay, I want to try it out. So I asked AI, I asked Grok to write me a pattern, and it actually wrote a completely wrong pattern for me for a scarf. It started with a garter border and then went to ribbing for the rest of the scarf and then followed with a garter border. And I was like, no one would ever do that. So yeah, it does not interpret knitting shorthand or knitting out acronyms very well or understand what actually goes into a patterns that we make. So in conclusion, um, knitting showcases our human ingenuity and artistry. And so you are an artist when you knit. So here's what I concluded. AI can't do knitting, period. Knitting is a complex task that requires human ingenuity and creativity. AI just don't got it. So you can knit. AI can't. So grab those needles and show the machines what you can